5 tips in hiring a great real estate agent for your next selling and buying. You'll want to stick around and watch.
This is Kasama Lee, your community realtor.
Did you know that by 2023, 70,000 real estate agents have left the industry, which left with 440,000 real estate agents working? That was in 2023. The number has continued to dwindle in 2024. I don't have the official numbers, but it's even lower now. Especially in 2024, last year, it was definitely a wonky year in real estate. There were so many factors that were just not conducive in the real estate market. One being interest rates were really high compared to, post-pandemic, which was like 2.5%, 3%. It went up to as high as 8% last year. First of all, the high interest rate drove the demand dramatically down because most buyers who were in the market looking to buy could no longer afford the home that they were looking for at a higher interest rate. Second of all, there were less inventory, even though inventory has continued to grow, and I've talked about this in our previous videos. Inventory still has a lot of work to do. We still don't have an abundance of listings on the market. And that is a big deterrent. So when you have a piece of pie, there's only so much in every community of real estate transactions that can take place, right? And if there are less, the pie size shrunk, that means not everybody's going to get a piece of pie. So there were a lot of real estate agents in the last couple of years that many of them were full-time agents that went part-time. Many of them completely left the industry and went and sought out a different full-time profession or went back to what they were doing before they came into real estate. So that's the dramatic change. So now I want to tell you that there are still really, really great real estate agents. And I have the privilege and the honor to work with many of them alongside them as they represent their clients on the other side, whether it's the buyer or the seller. And I have had a tremendous pleasure to work with really great real estate agents. And I'm continuing to learn best practices from other people as well. Well, those great real estate agents, including our team, continue to stay established in the industry, continue to generate business. As a matter of fact, in 2024, our business was slightly better than even in 2023. And that tells you a little bit about if you do good work, it doesn't matter. I'm not just talking about real estate, and I'm sure you would agree. If you do great work, you will yield great return in the growth of your business. If you like the content and you want to continue to see more of these great contents and videos, you want to hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Thank you for supporting the channel by sharing, commenting, and liking. With that, I want to share with you 5 magical traits that you should be looking for when hiring a real estate agent, no matter where you are in the country or even international. These traits truly, I believe, never change. And they don't change when the market changes. If a person, a real estate agent, has these 5 character traits, they will withstand regardless of what's happening in the marketplace. Ready? Trait number 1. Professionalism. The word may get simplified more than what it is. Professionalism encompasses so many things. And when I talk about professionalism, it's not just about when you make money from the transaction. I'm talking about you are professional at all times. That means you are responsive with your clients, with other agents. You are punctual. You are forward thinking in terms of what you could be anticipating on behalf of your client, and you're advising them of those things. You are courteous, so you're never rude. This industry can be harsh because there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of money on the table for buyer or seller and even agents, right? So people can get harsh when it comes to my money. Professionalism is such an ongoing long list, in my personal opinion. I mean, those are just some of the examples that I share with you. And when you're hiring a real estate agent, you should be looking for those traits. You should ask questions that lead you, scenario type of questions that would lead you to understand more about how they conduct themselves in difficult situations. And believe you and me, in real estate, there are plenty of difficult situations that arise, and many of them you're not able to anticipate, nor do you have control over them. Okay, but how do you dance through the peaks and valleys that come with it? Trait number 2, integrity. I cannot speak enough about the value of integrity and what that really means. You can't just have a little bit of integrity and not all the time. You either have integrity or you don't. And what integrity to me means is that you are absolutely delivering what you said you were going to do. You are, in my style of running the business, I believe in under promising and over delivering, not the other way around. I will never tell my client that I can get the moon for them when I'm not sure of about the other 80% of what I don't have control over. I would rather be realistic with my clients and really present them with what may be coming around the corner that may not work out. We could be heading for a cliff. I would want my client to be the first one to know that before we get to that turn. We may not get there, but they should never be surprised by what may be coming up that may be working against them. And I think integrity goes in so many areas in this industry. To me, what I want people to remember, see this word legacy? It's not an accident I happen to be wearing this t-shirt today. If you want to leave a legacy and you want to leave what people remember about you when they mention your name, you do great work and you deliver what you said you were going to do every single time. And to me, that's integrity. Ooh, that was good. Trait number 3. This has to do with industry knowledge. You cannot excel and you cannot really outpace, or you cannot really anticipate what would be happening without knowledge. And yes, knowledge requires experience. So I remember that when I was new as a new agent, my first year, that was 20 years ago, I didn't have knowledge. I didn't have the experience. And it was kind of scary because I also understood that I was shouldering the responsibility to do excellent work for my client who chose to entrust me to be their real estate agent. So it's really important that you gain the experience as quickly as possible, and you don't gain experience just having had years in real estate. You gain experience having done transactions in real estate. You could literally be 1 year in the business and have tremendous experience and knowledge. So knowledge comes with that. No real estate books, no real estate videos are going to give you the knowledge without you getting your hands dirty. Knowledge sets you apart in this industry. Trait number 4. This is so pivotal in every transaction that you go through, and that's the ability to negotiate, your negotiation skill. You see, when I started, I came from the culture of like not asking for stuff and, just being compliant and saying yes and being a people pleaser. And then nothing wrong with being a people pleaser, but it doesn't really help when you're a real estate agent. I have mastered taking classes and become certified in negotiation, have read books, and now I implement it in what I do in real estate when I go through a transaction representing my client, because negotiation can save the transaction or break the transaction when you lack the ability to negotiate. And negotiation doesn't mean that you beat out the other side and you get everything. Negotiation truly means both parties walk away feeling like they won something and there were compromises made, and both parties feel like they want to continue on in this transaction. That's the true mastery of negotiation. And you do it with professionalism, politeness, and courtesy. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be yelling. You don't have to be rude to be a master negotiator. Trait number 5, which I think is so important, that is lacking in a lot of professionals, not just in real estate, and you could tell one apart from the other, and it's the ability to build relationship. What I mean by that is, a client goes through a transaction with you. Does that mean that's the end of the relationship? In my book, no. A relationship actually truly begins after the transaction has ended. In other words, the escrow closed, your client got the keys to the house, or they successfully sold the house. That's when truly the relationship begins, where you nurture the relationship. It's just like, you made a friend, right? And you found somebody that you totally vibe with, and you really enjoy spending time with them. You want to get to know them more, right? You want to further the relationship. And I truly believe that when you genuinely nurture the relationship with your clients, with your business partners, with your preferred lender, with your preferred vendors that you work with, your contractor, your insurance provider, your title office, your transaction coordinator, your team, everything comes together, especially when things are hard. Because beyond real estate, to me, lies relationship and trust. And you cannot have trust without a strong relationship. Yes, that takes work. And if you truly, truly care about what you do, it actually should flow out of you naturally. And I truly believe that if you look at the top 10% of agents in the entire industry, they are masters of relationship building and really loving on their clients and the people that they work with. I hope I just left with you some great nuggets about finding a great real estate agent. If you have comments, questions, feel free to comment below or send me an email. Thanks for watching.